And, that feeling just kind of stuck with me from that whole California sit down, days later, weeks later, honestly, even now, back here in Atlanta.
Mm.
It wasn't just the conversations, as profound as they were. It was this deep, almost aching sense of grief that settled in.
Yeah.
Not for death, not the way we usually think about loss, but for a departure that hasn't even happened yet, A date circled on a calendar that everyone in that room already felt, like deep in their bones.
Mm.
This quiet, collective understanding that some connections, once they're forged that deeply, they're destined to shift.
Yeah.
To become something else entirely. It's like watching a constellation slowly preparing to reform, knowing the familiar shapes are going to be gone soon.
And what truly broke me, what absolutely just hit every fiber, was when they talked about being the last ones who'd see him off.
Yes. Oh my God.
Not the biggest names, right? Not the ones with the most streams, but the people who knew Daniel Bates' D.L.B. when he chose them. When he turned down those huge corporate K-pop jobs in Korea to stay rooted, to build something completely new. Before this whole empire even had a name, before 11SX music was anything more than just a vision.
Exactly.
There's something incredibly sacred about being chosen like that. But there's an even heavier truth, I think, to being among those he lets go first. Because that act of letting go, it's like, paradoxically, it means he's entrusted you to carry on, to keep that legacy alive, to be the torchbearers for a fire he lit.
Wow.
It's a profound burden, yeah. But also a testament to, a equally profound trust.
You're absolutely right. And that really is the essence of this deep dive, isn't it? For those of you just joining us, welcome back. This is part 2 of our Recalling, a continuation of that pivotal week we spent out in California.
Yeah, we're weeks removed now, back in the studio here in Atlanta.
Right, back in Atlanta. But that late morning on the Sugar Palm patio at the Viceroy Santa Monica, it's still so vivid, playing out in my mind like it just happened yesterday.
Oh, completely.
Last time, we kind of laid out the broader strokes, the big vision of Daniel Bates and his growing empire. Today, though, we're zooming in. We're peeling back those layers, moving past the grand strategy, focusing on the intimate, the immediate heartbeat of 11SIX music.
Precisely. Today, we're diving into the very soul of the operation. The artists themselves, the sounds they create, those intricate sounds, and those often unspoken, deeply personal truths that bind D.L.B. and his inner circle together.
Yeah.
We're asking what really drives these individuals, What intricate threads hold them together, especially now with the architect himself planning his departure.
Right.
How does an empire built on, radical freedom prepare for the moment its sun decides to set? And what secrets, what vulnerabilities were kind of laid bare in the shadow of that looming exit?
So let's transport ourselves back to that late morning. Sun was high, glinting off the pool, that warm, golden California vibe. We were there, Sugar Palm patio, Viceroy Santa Monica. The initial group was already settled at the table: Amy, Gia, Minx, June, Sophia Luna, and Julia Ju.
The core strategists, yeah.
Exactly. As we talked about in part 1, these are some of the key players, the strategists, long-term collaborators, foundational figures in D.L.B's world, vital to Orison Holdings, his parent company, and all its ventures.
Yeah.
And there was this distinct hum of anticipation in the air, right? A subtle undercurrent beneath the polite morning chatter. You could feel the weight of it, like a story unfolding in real time.
Absolutely. This is that classic LA atmosphere, wasn't it? Where the superficial small talk about the weather or the pier, it just serves as this kind of delicate veil, masking the much deeper, far more significant conversations happening underneath. Every glance across the table, every shared smile, every pause, it all carried this weight you could almost physically touch.
Totally.
You knew you were in a space where something truly pivotal was about to happen, even if you didn't know exactly what yet. It was like a prelude, and the tension was kind of delicious.
And then the entire energy of the patio just shifted. It wasn't sudden, not jarring, no loud entrance. This was subtle, a tangible ripple, almost like a disturbance in the force,
Yeah, I felt that.
Heads started to turn, not sharply, but slowly, almost drawn by this invisible current coming from the poolside entrance. Even the servers, who usually just glide through, right? They were looking that way before we even registered what was happening.
Yeah?
It was an approaching presence.
It truly was like that feeling right before a really significant note drops in a symphony, Or that electric hush just before a storm breaks over the ocean.
Good analogy.
It started as just a shadow, like a suggestion of movement, and then, with increasing clarity, it took shape. You could feel the ripple of recognition spread across the patio. A collective, unspoken acknowledgement that the morning's dynamic was about to change. Irrevocably.
And there she was, DJ River Simone, DJ Rivey Wyatt. Her stride was just easy, confident, moving straight toward the patio railing with this innate sense of belonging. The light caught her hoops first, then sculpted her jawline.
Yeah.
Hair pulled back, tight, cropped bomber jacket over a sleeveless top. Just casual defiance. No scanning for approval, no hesitation. She moved like she was totally in her element. That local air, it just fit differently. Like she owned the whole zip code.
She really did. That self-possession was captivating. And her laugh, that was the first thing that really hit you, right?
Oh, yeah.
An easy, low, infectious sound. Pure, uninhibited, as she pushed off the railing. It struck me then, her laugh was like sunlight bouncing off the pool tiles. Bright, warm, utterly natural.
Perfect description.
She didn't just join the group, she integrated immediately, seamlessly, setting this vibrant, almost effervescent tone for the newcomers, and honestly for the whole table. She just was there, a force of nature with her own rhythm.
And right behind her, Tala Diwata.
Oh, Tala.
And look, if you haven't seen her in person, you're just not ready for the impact.
No, you're not.
She's mid-height, but there's this commanding, almost ethereal presence that makes her seem taller, gives her this undeniable gravitas. Her loose, dark hair just caught every stray beam of sunlight like a halo. Her outfit, casual black crop top, high-waisted denim, looked totally effortless, yet somehow curated, like she'd stepped right out of a magazine shoot.
Yes. It was that paradox, wasn't it? She didn't ask for the focus, didn't demand it, but she just commanded it, held it without question.
Totally.
Her aura was profound, almost otherworldly, like she was visiting from another dimension, not just the Philippines.
Right.
There was this feeling that she was made to be looked at, observed in detail, but never truly seen, never fully understood. She spent a lot of time just quietly observing, sipping her drink slowly, eyes drifting, taking everything in.
Absorbing the environment, yeah.
That quiet intensity, that almost spiritual detachment, it only amplified her magnetism.
And then the third person arrived with this distinct air of mystery. All black, perfectly cut, no logos, wide brim low over their eyes, hiding most of their face. Just a quick flash of rings as they adjusted their jacket.
Yeah, subtle.
My gut instinct, immediately told me this wasn't just a casual +1. This was somebody significant, somebody who clearly preferred the periphery, taking in the whole picture before stepping into the spotlight.
Now, calculated reticence, yeah. The reveal of Zhang Sky was striking, almost cinematic. When she finally lifted her head, that platinum hair, long and flowing, caught the light. Her eyes shone like glass.
Yeah.
We found out later about her background. Eurasian, soul-born, Juilliard-trained. It's an incredible tapestry of influences, right?
It really is.
This blend of refined polish from her classical training and that edgy contemporary vibe from her K-pop roots. And the way she listened before she spoke.
Oh, that was something.
It wasn't just polite silence, it was profound. It felt like she was already hearing the hook to a song the rest of us hadn't even thought of yet, perceiving harmonies just beyond our awareness.
You truly felt it, though, right? When she finally spoke. That soft, warm, Korean, British blended accent.
Captivating.
It wasn't loud, but it just had this quality that pulled everyone in. You could feel the energy shift and kind of coalesce around her. Quiet but potent presence.
Definitely. And the whole process of them settling in, it was a masterclass in unspoken communication, wasn't it?
Oh, totally. You could hear the chairs scraping, glasses clinking.
River, strategic as always, took that corner seat. Perfect vantage point.
Always watching.
Tala, with that deliberate grace, slid in right next to her. An intentional placement, you could tell.
Connection.
And Zhang Sky, true to form, lingered a moment, that enigmatic half-smile, scanning the table, absorbing everything before finally sitting. Her posture just screamed, quiet listening.
And you could absolutely see the subtle signals flying across the table, the silent communication. Sophia's eyebrows lifting just a fraction. Julia tapping her glass twice, like a little code.
And Julia reaching out, catching Tala's wrist, that good to see you grip that was so much warmer than just words. A whole conversation in silence.
Giant connection, yeah.
Exactly. And Gia, bless her, she always senses the pressure, doesn't she?
Always the one.
She broke that tension, called River over with that warm invitation. But even with all the greetings, the noise, the small talk,
Yeah.
you still felt that palpable weight underneath.
Oh, yeah. Undeniable.
Every single person there knew, implicitly, that the real talk was coming. The pleasantries were just the prelude.
Right.
And when Tala finally let out that first genuine, uninhibited laugh at something sharp Mink said,
Yeah.
that's when you knew. Okay. The day just took a new, much more interesting turn.
It really did. The deeper layers were about to surface. It's fascinating, too, because this whole operation, 11SIX Music, it's so much more complex than just a record label.
That's the foundational puzzle, right?
Exactly. It's the base of this truly global operation under Orison Holdings, the parent company, Daniel Bates's V2V, his Visions to Ventures thing, and headquartered all the way in the Philippines.
Which is wild in itself.
It is, operating with main hubs in Dallas and Vegas, but with satellite work in Seoul, Manila, LA. It's this intricate international network.
And the diversity within it is just remarkable. It's not one size fits all at all.
Not even close.
You've got Melodic Luva for male R&B soul.
Yeah.
Crown XI at that powerhouse female collective we need to dive into more.
Definitely.
One Size Musica for Latin Urbano. Wild Horse Records for country, which is still kind of surprising coming from D.L.B.
Or so's the breadth.
Then 11XX, Soundscapes for production, the sonic backbone. And crucially, 11's heart, that women-led creative space. It's truly, like they said, diversity by design. Deliberate.
A whole multifaceted sonic universe. But, we've laid out the scope, the structure. But underneath all that, maybe the most defining, most radical thing is that philosophy.
The no chains thing. Yeah.
It's honestly revolutionary. Nobody's bound here, ever. Every artist is freelance by design, no restrictive long-term deals, no ironclad contracts. You could literally walk away tomorrow, no questions.
Which is insane in this industry.
Completely challenges everything we think we know.
Exactly. And that's what's so fascinating, the psychological genius in that approach. D.L.B. isn't just avoiding legal battles. He's curating a collective of people who are genuinely invested. Not out of fear, but out of absolute uncoerced choice. A shared vision.
Right.
So the loyalty fostered here, it's organic, it's resilient, probably way more powerful than any legal document could enforce. It reframes the whole artist label dynamic.
It's a lesson in building commitment, really. Choice over control.
He only wants people around who want to be there, who resonate, and that choice, that freedom, becomes the strongest bind of all.
So speaking of those artists, let's talk Tala Diwata, the mirror of D.L.B's soul, as she put it.
Yeah. Her origin story is wild. Discovered on Big Alive in the Philippines, not even looking for a label, he found her.
Across continents, not a standard A&R scout, like a personal discovery.
And the logistics of making her debut album, Fading Stars. Insane. Built entirely across oceans, WhatsApp, file transfers, before they even met in person.
Speaks to that connection beyond just tech.
Totally. And her relationship with him, protector, she said. Deep, platonic, never romantic. She's been called the Princess of 11SIX, which apparently D.L.B. dislikes, especially after her bolder tracks like Say It With Your Throat and Work of Art, songs that challenge things. And her own words hit so hard, people keep asking if I'm his muse. No, I'm his mirror. That's heavier.
Wow, that is heavier.
She carries his stories, channels his messages, gives voice to truths he might not express himself.
And that vulnerability, like that Studio X voicemail at the end of Lost Youth.
Oh, that moment. Unplanned, unknowingly recorded. Confessing this fear of losing someone who changed her life. It's just raw, the heart of their connection.
It really speaks volumes. And his loyalty back to her is clear, too, right? Those trips to the Philippines.
Yeah, hinted at in tracks like Ain't on Camera, 4.44 in the Philippines, In My Arms, Found Your Peace. It's more than just business. It's personal, protective, almost familial.
An anchor, a confidant.
Yeah. Then there's Zong Sky, the quiet architect we met. Reserved but impactful.
That background is just unique. K-pop, idol mother, British diplomat father, delirred.
An incredible blend of influences. Refined polish, edgy contemporary sense, global and personal.
Her entry to 11SIX was pure D.L.B. magic, too. DJ River introduced them, and Zong, unprompted, just writes a hook in the room during a session with D.L.B. He recognized 11SIX material instantly. Well, that alchemy.
Yeah, and D.L.B.'s subtle strategy, keeping her close, letting her genius organically infiltrate the catalog.
Harmonies tucked in half the releases, layers under Tala's vocals, touches on big hooks for Crown 11, all before an official announcement.
Letting the work speak, it's smart.
Her approach was so straightforward, too. I didn't force it. I was just working.
That dedication, she's on the story, not just the clock, invested in the whole sonic landscape.
And the rumor, the whisper, that she's the muse for the soul. verse.
Yes,
And
quiet influence, yeah.
there.
Adds another layer.
Then Leona J. She's like the unshakable foundation. Her connection goes way back, before 11SIX, from that Universal Music Writing Camp where they first clicked creatively.
And here's the insight. She's one of the very few, maybe the only one, who can rearrange D.L.B's hooks without argument.
Which is huge. That level of trust, mutual respect, intuitive synergy.
It's incredibly rare, especially with someone like D.L.B. who has such an intense vision. Her ability to shape his work says everything.
It really does. And remember that infamous LA strip club competition story with Brianna, the Passion Room?
Oh yeah, they called it a hurricane, wind and flood. D.L.B. raining like he was refilling karma accounts.
A metaphor for his lavish spending, yeah, but also his influence.
It gave this raw glimpse into their competitive, dynamic, but joyful relationship. Music is a lifestyle, full-spectrum passion, chaos.
Glorious chaos, yeah.
And then Murray Lux and Melody Sin, a.k.a. Destiny's Sin, part of the Storms, that potent force within 11SIX.
Right. Murray Lux brings that unapologetic, genre-bending artistry, NSFW lyrics, nightlife energy.
And that rumor that she, or maybe Mina Kimura or So Yunobu from K1A, is the muse for the Tokyo verse and different.
Another subtle nod to his influences.
Melody Sin contributes those signature whispery, sultry, melodic textures. Adds that ethereal quality to 11's Heart and Crown and By projects.
And the dynamic of the Storm is compelling. Artists who had to fight and hustle way harder for their spots.
Yeah, no smooth path. That struggle, that hard-won ambition, it's an energy. Fuels creative tension within the label.
Keeps everyone sharp, hungry, creatively restless, no complacency allowed.
Exactly. And of course, K1A, the flagship unit, the bedrock.
Their discipline, their loyalty, it's legendary, almost mythical. They move like a single organism on and off stage.
And D.L.B. is fiercely protective of their name, their reputation. They're like a living embodiment of his vision.
Tala, Rivers, Zong all talked about the real sisterhood, that loyalty you can feel, quietly scanning green rooms, making sure all 7 are there before settling down. That unity.
It's profound. And logistically, a dream team. No diva demands, no drama, just focused on the work.
Such an anomaly. And within that discipline, you have Joyens, K1A's Yuna, but also this visionary producer.
Her talent is dangerous. Melodic progressions, lyrical top lines. Her fingerprints are all over the label's sound, subtly, powerfully. The sonic architect beneath.
And her origin story with D.L.B., him meeting her in Korea before 11SIX.
Yeah, turning down that massive corporate K-pop job, specifically to bring her and Yune to the States. He saw something profound. Abandoned convention.
Incredible foresight.
She was also one of the very few who can walk into a D.L.B. session, give notes, and not get the side eye.
That says everything.
It's like she's absorbed his energy through their symbiosis. That D.L.B. energy just oozing out of her now, as someone put it. Deep understanding, deep influence.
Then there's Jay Park, the foodie gremlin.
Yes. Her quirks are endearing. Obsessed with ramen and boba, that spots to eat when I'm sad folder on her phone.
And D.L.B. name-dropping her, often with food bars, in This for That 5.15 LAX. It's his way of archiving affection, isn't it?
Totally. Small gestures, big meaning, shows his attentiveness.
But beneath that charm, there's that rawness. Using sex as a coping mechanism for industry pressure, loneliness.
It's human, vulnerable, shows the real cost of chasing the dream.
And that unofficial Cold War between her and So Yi for Song mentions D.L.B.'s attention, a running joke, but underscores the complex dynamics.
Right. Then Yenji Ji Kim, openly bisexual, known for her legendary sexual appetite within the group.
Her connection to D.L.B. was discussed with striking candor, too. Fiercely protective, specific, intimate dynamic, speaks to that unfiltered honesty in the circle.
Vulnerability is acknowledged, not hidden. And Sumin Scarlett Park, balancing so many identities. Model, adult, content creator, influencer, part-time K1A member.
Her complexity is fascinating, that duality. Shy yet fiercely independent, navigating a bold public persona with traditional Korean upbringing.
Takes courage, forging your own path in the modern world.
And then it happened. That moment undeniably shifted everything.
The phones.
3 phones, Sophia's, Julia's, River's buzzing simultaneously. Synchronized vibration instantly commanded attention.
And River, with that sly grin, knowing what was coming.
Totally. Calmly flips her screen onto the table. The silence was electric.
You could feel the energy shift, that collective lean-in, that almost breathless gasp. And honestly, we were just buzzing to be witnesses. Something so real, immediate, unplanned.
Pure anticipation. And the reveal. D.L.B.'s new track, titled Tala.
Just poor.
Cover art, stunning portrait editorial of Tala Diwata herself, a visual declaration. The significance was undeniable.
His direct lyrical reply to her song, If You Let Me, which he started, she finished, and rewrote to him.
A king responding to a queen, a powerful artistic dialogue unfolding right there.
And the production credits, Joyans producing, Mikanami on keys, DJ River on drum samples, a powerhouse team.
All D.L.B on vocals, though. Rapping, singing, auto-tuned, stack layered with flanger, reverb. River broke it down for us.
Meticulously crafted.
Yeah.
A deeply personal message engineered to carry every nuance.
And the reactions. Immediate. Unfiltered. Minx. Eyes sparkling.
Oh, this is about to get messy. Play it. You can see the gears turning, already anticipating the fallout.
Later joking about the conspiracy threads it would spark online.
But even then, that subtle shaded Tala. Still got folks calling you the Princess of 11 SAX. Cute. I thought queens didn't need crowns handed to them.
Oof. Cutting.
And that intense gaze she fixed on Tala, hinting at desire, competition. Maybe I just want to feel what makes him call her the best. One night'll do.
Whoa! That hung in the air. Electric.
Tala, though, remained incredibly composed, listened silently, gazed steady, almost inward. Hearing it, she said, processing every lyric, talking back with just a faint smile.
Wow.
Her warning to Minx delivered with quiet calm, chilling. Careful. Some doors don't close once you open them. Underscored her quiet power, her understanding of the gravity.
It was so clear this wasn't just a new release. It was a bookmark in the story.
Felt like D.L.B putting you on the map before he's gone. A goodbye gift rolled into one.
Her stamp in his catalog forever. Indelible. Ensuring her place in his legacy.
And the lyrics themselves. So powerful. If I let you, will you stay? That raw question. Every bridge I watched burn, speaking to the past.
Grace ain't something I'm used to taking. Confession of self-reliance, guardedness.
And you're the love I didn't know was true. Just a profound, unguarded confession from him, laid bare, startling emotional transparency.
The collective understanding at the table was immediate. Absolutely.
Everyone felt it. The game just shifted.
The subtext, the dynamics, unspoken agreements, tensions, everything altered by that one song drop. Pivotal. Redefined relationships, reset expectations, left a ripple.
Which leads us to something else profound we talked about that day. Defines his whole inner circle, their unspoken code, especially their poetic language.
Yeah, we asked them, like, why does everyone in Daniel's orbit speak like a lyric, crafting words with such precision, rhythm?
And their answer. Startlingly honest. It's not for effect. It's a habit born from trauma.
Wow.
As they put it, when you've lived through things you weren't supposed to survive, when your life's been forged in that crucible, regular language just doesn't work anymore. Fails to capture the weight, the intensity.
So they speak for compression, for efficiency, survival, constantly crafting alibis, exits, things that sound like the truth even when they're protecting the real truth.
A language of self-preservation. A shield. But also connection for those who get the cadence. And D.L.B mirrors people, right? Makes them feel seen, archived, their stories recorded, honored.
There's a rhythm to pain, they said, and they've all memorized its beats. Weaving it into every utterance, survival mechanism turned art form.
And the studio sessions, not casual crew things. Rare, deliberate, only when it mattered.
When it's going to get real, when something needs truth. They described brutal honesty.
Pushing D.L.B. Challenging him if it feels fake or too easy. Demanding authenticity. It's brutal, one said, but it's honest.
A crucible. Stripping away pretense. Only raw truth allowed. Testament to their trust.
And the Vegas era. Definitely not glamorous vision boards.
No.
Brutal landscape, night shifts stacked on bad decisions, clocking in with trauma on standby.
Yeah.
Knowing hotel hallways better than your own block. Loneliness, hustle.
Building resilience in the harshest environment. Surviving.
D.L.B's presence there, never flashy. Quietly collecting vibes, stories, names, not brand building, recording survival patterns, observing how people navigated the raw edges.
Neon Vision Studios feels cinematic because it is. Built from lived experiences of people who survived a city that was performance heart itself. Rooted in observation, struggle.
Minx's story about him in the strip club. Powerful. Sitting in silence 20 minutes, watching, listening, then tipping generously, saying, you don't need to speak to be understood.
Defied the transactional environment, created psychological safety, recognition, not about taking, but giving understanding.
And his code became clear. Don't lie, don't promise pretty, don't ask people to bleed for you without warning them first.
Doesn't sugarcoat the stakes. He watches people like he's archiving them, but without theft, without taking their essence.
That distinction is huge. Most men come to take, extract, exploit. He, they insisted, came to witness, observe, understand, acknowledge.
That act of witnessing cultivates that fierce loyalty, creates space where people feel seen.
We also heard about Julia Jude, the creative maker who almost walked.
Right, not initially music. Systems contracts expert, Savant's hire at Loyalty Dreams foundational. D.L.B. supposedly sold his ownership stakes to her. Rumored as a gift, really. Transfer of trust.
And she nearly left, crushed by the weight of holding too many roles. Found sitting in the hallway, staring at the wall, drained.
Her question was stark. If this version of him breaks me, what does that say about the ones who left?
Oof. And D.L.B.'s intervention, not words, not grand gestures. He just sat down next to her, silently present, quiet, unwavering support.
That silence, she said, is why she stayed. Her core mission, keeping people from disappearing. A mission she saw reflected in him. Sees her brother in him, carrying that same weight, refusing to break. That kinship drives her protection of him. Forged in shared experience, silent understanding. Sophia Luna, too, shared her personal history, losing her sister to the industry's broken spirit.
Devastating. Led her to build Aura by Sophia as a sanctuary, a lifeboat.
Her insight into D.L.B., he builds like he's missing something, making space for the misfits of broken, beautiful ones. Suggests his empire is partly about empathy, healing wounds, his own and others.
And then Minx, those unvarnished provocations. That raw undercurrent of desire, competition.
Her direct, almost flirtatious challenges to Tala, potent. I like heat, makes the skin tingle, watching Tala intensely.
Or maybe I just want to feel what makes him call her the best. And even one night'll do, directed at Tala. Bold, aggressive almost.
Those comments weren't just words, they shifted the game, created that electric atmosphere. Her consistent shade at Tala, other artists, showed that competitive edge.
But beneath it, that complex attraction, hard to decipher. Charged the air, left you wondering.
All of this, the artist, the music, the unspoken truths, it all circles back to that central theme, the impending drift.
That raw emotion anticipating D.L.B.'s departure, January 1st, 2026. We're not just sad, we're already grieving. Mourning a loss that hasn't happened. Preemptive sorrow.
It's like that metaphor, right? Planets orbiting a sun, he's the center of gravity, they're light, but he's preparing to disappear.
That stable orbit becomes an uncertain drift. The whole mechanics shift. How do you prepare for your sun disappearing?
And this recent flood of music, not ego, not staying relevant, it's an inheritance.
He's not trying to stay in the conversation, they said. He's leaving behind a map. Every lyric, every beat. A breadcrumb, a message in a bottle. A legacy in sound.
The idea that when he's gone, the answer, where did D.L.B. go, won't be in a press release. It'll be hidden in the music itself, embedded, waiting for those willing to listen closely, decode the messages.
His music becomes the ultimate archive, the living testament.
Which leaves us, and you, with that lingering question, doesn't it? What happens to an empire built on radical free will, loyalty by choice, when the architect walks away?
Do the walls stand? Or do the truly free people within it, empowered by his philosophy, transform it? Turn it into something else entirely, as they mused.
The map is there in the music, but the destination, unwritten, a beautiful, terrifying mystery.
Reflecting on that California sit-down, it clearly transcended mere talk, became a felt experience, uncovering deep layers, emotion, strategy, survival, woven into the music, the lives, a privilege to witness.
Absolutely. We heard powerful, messy human truths, left us with enduring questions about legacy, loyalty, choosing freedom, even at incredible cost. Makes you reconsider success, impact.
So in a world chasing the next big thing, the fleeting trend, what's truly left behind when the creator steps back, leaving only a map written in sound and feeling?
And what does that map lead to for those who choose to follow its intricate paths? That's the question that echoes. And for our next deep dive, Sophia Luna herself, who is right there, will guide us deeper into the cinematic universe of a Daniel's vision and neon bonds, bridging that gap between sound and vision.
Can't wait for that. This episode is powered by NeonKore Media for stories they said were too real to tell.